Hello and welcome to the analysis of the Hindu newspaper dated January 25th, 2023. In this video, we are going to talk about two important newspaper articles which are going to be very important, very significant for the civil services examination. So let's start this video with the first important newspaper article. Now, this particular newspaper article talks about Ken and Betwa rivers and how they are going to be interlinked. So it is basically Ken-Betwa river link project. Right now, this particular project has landed into some of the controversies. There are some concerns regarding it, and this particular newspaper article seeks to address all of the concerns as well as it suggests the way forward. So we are going to discuss all of it. But before that, why is this particular newspaper article important? This particular newspaper article is important for the GS paper 1, that is water resources. Let's first understand the context of it, and then we will understand what are the concerns regarding it. So this particular newspaper article says that the steering committee of the Ken-Betwa link project, which is KBLP, chaired by the Secretary of Department of Water Resources, Ministry of Jal Shakti, held its third meeting in Delhi. And this led to some of the environmentalists come up with the concerns regarding it. The concerns regarding this Ken-Betwa link project. But first let's understand what is Ken-Betwa link project. So basically Ken-Betwa link project is going to connect Ken river to the Betwa river. Betwa river, it originates in the Madhya Pradesh and then goes on to Uttar Pradesh, right? And then it joins the Yamuna. Now Betwa river basically also originates in the Madhya Pradesh and it remains in the Madhya Pradesh, right? And it goes then to the goes to the Uttar Pradesh. So basically what we are going to do is we are going to transfer the excess amount of water which is present in one of the rivers to the another river. This is basically what is the essence of Ken-Betwa link project. So it is a flagship project that is critical for the water security and socio-economic development of the Bundelkhand region of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. And the project cost around rupees 44,605 crore in 2021 to water the Bundelkhand region. Now this particular link will be in the form of canal full flow through the Chhatarpur, Tikamgarh and the Jhansi districts. So basically this particular area that is highlighted in the red is basically the canal which is connecting both of the rivers, that is Ken and Betwa. Right now, this particular project will be only successful when you create a dam, and through the dam, whatever the water is stored in the dam, that particular water will be then transferred to the another river. So this particular dam will generate 103 megawatt of hydroelectric power and is expected to irrigate 6.3 lakh hectares of land every year. And this particular dam is known as the Daudham Dam on Ken River, and the Ken River water will be then transferred to the Betwa River. And this particular river link water project, falls basically on the Panna Tiger Reserve, right? So let's now talk about the concerns regarding it. So the first type of concern is the hydrological and the ecological concern. So the supply and deficit model has a little basis in the science and it may endanger the water security of the Panna district. And apart from it, the project has not yet received a complete forest clearance, and the NGT, that is the Green Tribunal, is currently hearing a challenge to the project's environmental approval. And apart from it, it also lands itself into the legal problems because the approval for the wildlife violates the approval by the National Board for Wildlife violates section 35(6) of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, which seeks to improve and better the management of the wildlife. And apart from it, according to Supreme Court, the creation of a high reservoir dam on the Ken River in the Panna National Park and the Tiger Reserve for the KBLP is ultra vires to the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. And apart from it, the destructive impact of the proposed dam on the flow of water into and outside of the Ken Gharial Sanctuary downstream of the Panna National Park is also evident, right? So there's some kind of tussle which is going on between the NBWL as well as the Wildlife Protection Act. This leads to some of the legal problems regarding it. Now the third kind of problems are the impact on the Panna's tiger and other wildlife. We all know that this particular project falls under the Panna Tiger Reserve. Now this poses a problem to the Panna district or the Panna Wildlife Sanctuary. Panna Tiger Reserve, sorry. So the deep gorges of the Panna will be drowned if the new dam is built, and by 2009 there were no tigers in the Panna Tiger Reserve, necessitating an incredible effort that lasted almost a decade to reintroduce them. And this particular reintroduction can be halted by this particular water linking or river linking project. And apart from it, the key wildlife species that will be affected include endangered vultures, mashir fish, and the critically endangered gangetic gharials in the Cane Gharial Sanctuary, right? So these are basically the three concerns that have been raised in this particular newspaper article. Let's now talk about what is the way forward which has been suggested in this particular newspaper article. So this particular newspaper article says that the government is developing a larger Panna tiger landscape which should be created in the case for the Panna's tigers. And secondly, an independent hydrological investigation of the cane should be done. Apart from it, restoring Bundelkhand's erstwhile Chandel period lakes and ponds can also be the better way forward in order to ensure the water security in the Bundelkhand region. And the development should not destroy the ecology of the fragile ecosystem and important tiger habitats in the country. And the approach should be ecocentric and not anthropocentric. It should focus on the ecology more and less on the humans' needs. It should focus on more on the needs of the ecology than on the needs of the humans. This is basically the essence of this particular newspaper article. So this is it regarding this particular newspaper article. Let's now head to the next important newspaper article. Now this particular newspaper article is not basically of the January 25th edition, but the January 24th edition of the Hindu newspaper. We have basically left it. That is why we are revising this particular newspaper article. Now this particular newspaper article talks about the fact that 21 Andaman islands have been named after the Paramveer Chakra awardees. And why is this particular newspaper article? This is important for the prelims section basically. And that is why we are going to understand what is Paramveer Chakra. So Paramveer Chakra is basically the highest wartime gallantry award in India, and it is granted for the most auspicious bravery in the presence of the enemy. Now this is the highest wartime gallantry award. And what is the peacetime highest gallantry award? It is basically Ashok Chakra, right? Now Paramveer Chakra is the highest wartime gallantry award in India. It is basically awarded to all the military personnels who have shown the highest amount of bravery in the presence of the enemy. Now the first recipient was Major Somnath Sharma for his actions in the 1947-48 India-Pakistan war, and the last recipient was Captain Vikram Batra for actions in the Kargil war in 1999. Until now it has been granted to 21 armed force personnel, and most of the Paramveer Chakras were granted posthumously as they made the supreme sacrifice in the line of duty. And it was designed by Savitri Khanolkar, who was basically a Swiss national whose real name was Eve Vivon Mede de Meros, right? So this is it regarding this particular newspaper article, and this is it for the day. Thank you from my side. Do like and share the video and subscribe to this channel. Have a good day. Bye.